That didn't look right. Anyway, I got a hold immediately, by the way, of the tow truck driver. Immediately, when I saw him rolling off that, I was, bam, I texted him, I said, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, you can't tow it like that. At least I don't think you can, but I could be wrong. I'm not an expert, right? And he said, I've been doing this for 30 years. It's fine. And I was like, okay. And I got a hold of my buddy, Tony David Stanley. I said, listen, I'm no expert here, but I'm kind of concerned that they just towed this thing with the front wheels on the ground. And no, they did not remove the front drive shaft. No, they did not. They literally picked it up and drove off with it. And it's a 60-mile drive to the city. And it's all highway. You know, everything out here is between 55 and 80 miles an hour. Oh man, yeah, we're talking major issues. And Tony told me, he said, listen, I don't know much about this kind of stuff myself. He said, but I just talked to him and he said it's fine and it's all going to be okay. And if there's any problems, he's going to stand behind it. Perhaps you have towed thousands of customers' cars in that manner, and perhaps it's always been fine, at least as far as you know. You don't know if 20,000 miles later, that customer's car blew up. Maybe their transmission went out, maybe their transfer case went out, and maybe they didn't connect the dots that it was because of the towing. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, I looked up the electronic book from the manufacturer on that exact truck, all right? That exact spec truck. I pulled up the owner's manual, and you know what was in the owner's manual? Instructions on how to tow it should it break down. And let me tell you what it specifically says in the owner's manual. It specifically says you are to never, ever, ever, under any freaking circumstances, to tow this truck with the front wheels on the ground. Ever. Now, everybody assured me that this was okay, and then I found the owner's manual, and then I went up to the dealership and I talked to a guy who doesn't want to be named. Let's just say he's a guy with a lot of integrity, and he's also a guy with a hell of a lot of pull over there at the service center of David Stanley. And as soon as I told him, I said, look, here's the problem. Number one, the truck is already unreliable. I'm considering just filing a lemon law on this thing. And he understood.